What's happening, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dean, the HFL mentor, mentoring you for your health, fitness, and your lifestyle. Welcome back to another episode of Eat This Not That, where we look at comparing and contrasting different foods. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not a nutritionist, I don't claim to be one, but I am a personal trainer with over 10 years experience, and I do these videos purely for entertainment and educational purposes only. Right guys, you know the drill by now. If you missed last week's episode, you can do so now by clicking the link in the top right hand corner. I have a fantastic episode for you today, and I'm just going to jump straight into it. So, we are looking at Grenade Bar Salted Caramel versus Kind Protein. Both of these brands are actually really popular, so this is going to be a very interesting episode and conversation regarding these two bars. First of all, guys, why are protein bars good? Well, they're not essential, but they can provide you with a quick fix if you just come out of a workout and you don't have time to get a good meal in. If you're rushing to get to work and you've just trained, protein bars are good for that as well. And they provide you with a good amount of protein, which is probably the most important thing. A good protein bar will take you far. That didn't mean to rhyme, but it just came out like that. So for me right now, I'm not actually having any protein bars because I'm able to get all my food that I need during the day. And I always encourage you to do the same thing as well. So this isn't a video of me actually promoting a good protein bar. Again, this is just another episode. Alright guys, so first up we have the Kind Protein Bar. So let's look at the macros here per 100 grams. Energy, 2,152 kilojoules, which is 518 calories. Fats, 34 grams. Saturated, 8.1 grams. Carbs, 23 grams. Sugars, 16 grams. Fiber, 14 grams. Protein, 23 grams. Salt, 0.59 grams. Looking at the ingredients here, so we've got peanut, caramel flavored coating, which is oligofructose, palm kernel oil, sugar, whole milk powder, skim milk powder, fat reduced cocoa powder, and the emulsifier, sunflower lecithin, sea salt, and natural flavoring. Then we've got fructose oligosaccharides, honey, protein crispies, which is soya protein isolate, tapioca starch, sea salt. Then we have glucose syrup, peanut butter, sea salt, emulsifier, soya lecithin, and then in brackets here it says may contain other nuts. So next up we have the Grenade Bar Salted Caramel. So looking at the macros then, per 100 grams, we've got energy, 1,572 kilojoules, which is 376 calories. Fats, 16 grams, which is 9.2 grams in saturated. Carbs, 34 grams, which is 2.5 grams of sugars. Fiber, 4.1 grams. Protein, 33 grams. Salt, 0.48 grams. So, onto the ingredients. We've got milk chocolate with sweetener, 25%. And that sweetener is maltitol, cocoa butter, whole milk powder, cocoa mass, and the emulsifier is soya lecithin with natural flavoring. We've got a protein blend, calcium caseinate milk, whey protein isolate milk, humectant, glycerol, hydrolyzed beef gelatin, chocolate chips with sweetener, 8%, and the sweetener is maltitol, cocoa mass, and the emulsifier is soya lecithin, low-fat cocoa powder, natural vanilla flavoring, a bulking agent, polydextrose, palm fat white chocolate with sweetener, maltitol cocoa powder, whole milk powder, and the emulsifier is soya lecithin and natural flavoring. Then we've got low-fat cocoa powder, sea salt, flavoring, sweetener, sucralose. Out of those ingredients, for me, it was the Hydrolyzed beef gelatin that stood out for me. And I don't really know what that is. So, had a little look, did some research, and I came up with this. It's a protein that may promote skin, joint, and hair and gut health, which is good to know. The hydrolyzed gelatin is a result of the gelatin in hydrolysis, which basically means the act of hydrolyzing something means to break it down by using oxygen. and this is how we get hydrolyzed gelatin. Okay, fair enough. Good to know. Nothing too interesting there, I would say, but it's always good to know these things, guys. You know, that's why I say it's always good to read the ingredients at the back of a product, because you never know what you're going to be putting into your bodies. And even though I think we generally trust what we're buying, but it's always good to double check, because you never ever know. I don't know if you realize, but the Kind protein has soya protein inside, which is a plant-based protein, and the Grenade bar has whey protein in it, so it's more animal-based. Now, throughout my fitness journey, I've always been told to avoid soya. There's a myth going around in the fitness industry, and that is that men shouldn't have soya protein. And I wanted to find out why that was. I used to train this guy, and he used to have about 3 soya lattes a day. He absolutely loved it, and he was his goal was to put on muscle. And I said to him that you need to try and reduce your soya intake, because it's not going to help to develop muscles. And the reason for that is that it's generally more estrogen dominant, whereas obviously men, you know, we need testosterone. Soya contains phytoestrogen, which is a compound that mimics estrogen. Apparently, moderate amounts of phytoestrogens don't have any impact on your health. They say that the compound inside is supposedly where all the health benefits come from. There's a YouTube influencer named Mario TUMIC, and he did a video on soya and the effect that it had on you, whether it's a myth or whether it's the truth. And he spoke about a meta-analysis regarding soya consumption and if there's any negative effect on muscle. And I'm going to show you a brief clip of that video right now.
It's a very controversial one related to consumption of soy protein as a guy. So should men consume soy protein? Is soy protein bad for men? And is it gonna reduce your testosterone level? Is it gonna make you a woman, and all these other ridiculous claims that we hear online and in person from bodybuilders? And how much of this is really based on truth? How much of this is just simply mythology, as in most cases when it comes to these kind of things coming from the bodybuilding world? So let's look at the facts. And in 2010, there was actually a meta-analysis done on this and just specifically looked at if soy consumption has any negative effects on testosterone. And they haven't found any statistically significant negative effect on testosterone levels in men. And the other thing that we want to look at here is the dose response, because there is a dose response, and there, if you overconsume, there might be some negative effects, because the study will actually provide you with decent evidence up to a certain limit, right? And then past that limit, that's kind of a gray zone. And the limit actually is about 50 to 75 milligrams of phytoestrogen coming from soy per day. And that comes about 25 grams of soy. And up until that limit, we're kind of sure that there's no negative effects on your testosterone. But then again, you know, if you overconsume, we don't necessarily know what's going to happen. And that's where we want to resort back a little bit to logical reasoning and say, well, that's the limit. You know, I don't want to take that chance. I mean, do you want to take that chance? That's the question, because I personally don't want to take that chance. Like, even if there's a 1% chance of having some kind of adverse negative effects, I mean, I'm going to stay away from that, and I'm going to revert back and simply logically look at this, pragmatically look at this, and make a decision based on the current evidence, body of evidence that we currently have. To me, is saying, well, if you stay within that limit of 20-25 grams of protein from soy per day, you're good to go.
So what did you think about that then? But for me, I'm gonna agree with Mario on this basis. I'm not gonna put my own goals at risk, and for me personally, I try to avoid soya products at all times. Now, I might have the odd, you know, soya-based protein bar, but it's not on my list as part of my daily food intake. It's completely up to you guys. If you're a man and you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, I have soya all the time, blah, 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 it doesn't seem to affect me, then fine. But if you're someone like me, I just try to avoid it completely. But look, let me be honest, a small amount is not going to impact you or your training. It's not poison. It's actually quite good for you. However, it completely depends on your goals and what you're doing with your own training. Let's look at the summary of the macros. So if you're looking for more calories, then kind protein wins. If you're looking for more fat, then the kind protein wins again. If you're looking for more carbs, the grenade bar wins. If you're looking for more fiber, the kind protein wins. But if you're looking for more protein, then the grenade bar wins every time. In terms of the price, the kind bar is actually cheaper. So you can get this for £2, £4 per 100 grams. In terms of the grenade bar, this is actually slightly more expensive. You can get this for £2.75, which is £4.58 per 100 grams. For me, personally, I prefer the grenade bar. It's got better carbs, it's got better protein, and it's better for your training. But if you're someone who just wants a little snack, then the kind protein bar is still quite good for you. It's a little bit high in sugar, but having that now and then is going to be okay. That's my video for today. If you like what I do and you like the content that I provide, then consider subscribing, as you will be helping out the channel tremendously, and you will give more people a chance to watch this video as well. Leave a comment underneath this video. I would love to know what you think about the grenade bar and the kind protein bar. Have you used them before? Let me know. I would love to know your thoughts. Until next time, I will see you then. Bye for now.